Shashank NSN back here with another video. In this video we will be talking about the Yamaha RX100 history. So I know you guys don't like this setup with me standing in front of a green screen and talking about the vehicles, but yeah, I know due to lockdown I can't do anything. But this video is not a lockdown video, so it's not only for the lockdown. This video is for the entire channel, so don't think it as a lockdown video and only to watch it lockdown. I'll be still doing videos like this after the lockdown also, and videos working on vehicles. Yeah, there will be some fixing and doing that kind of stuff on vehicles up. In this video we'll be talking about the Yamaha RX100 history, since one person has requested to do videos about Yamaha RX100. So yeah, we'll be doing that, and we'll be starting with Yamaha RD350. As you can see, the bike is here. This is an RD350. So this is the engine of the RD350, and this is the the right side view, and this is the left side view. This is the left side view, and this is the right side view, as you can see. So yeah, so this bike is a bike which is super fast for its age in 73. Yeah, I'm saying 73. You might be thinking the bike was launched in 83. No, it's wrong. So this bike was launched in 1973. So in 1973 in US it was launched till 1983. 1973 it was launched till 10 years. So this bike had a 350cc 2-cylinder carbureted 2-stroke engine, which produces about 32 horsepower in the US bike, which is, yeah. So in 83, what did they say? So when they moved on to RD400. So in RD400, that was in the US. So we'll talk about India's story. So yeah, so they wanted to sell the leftover pieces, so they had to think a lot. So then they thought, why don't we collaborate with Escorts and sell these bikes in India? So first thing, they wanted to lower the power, so they lowered it from 32 horsepower to 31 horsepower, and increased a little more mileage, which was the main thing in India at that time. As you guys know, mileage was a huge thing, and in a petrol vehicle, that's the main thing, because at that time, this is petrol's rate, this is diesel's rate. That was the difference at that time. So yeah, that's why if you buy any petrol powered vehicle, they would immediately convert it to diesel to get enough mileage for them. So yeah, so that time fuel was mattered but not the power. So yeah, so this was a flop bike because it never used to deliver proper mileage for their likings. So this was not a pass in India. So it was a fail in India, but automobile lovers or racers at that time loved this bike. It was their dream bike, but not for a normal family man, this bike was not for the go. So till 85 there was the HD model, which was the leftover US spec versions, and they installed the front drum brake and sold those bikes in India. Yeah, and after 1985, Rajat just copied everything and made it in India itself to make the LT versions, which were produced till 1990, which also were flop, because even having the 29 horsepower, they were still flop because of mileage issues. And yeah, so then in 85-86, Yamaha saw the Suzuki AX100 taking a lead in the two-wheeler market at that time when Japanese motorcycles came into India. So this time was AX100 was a 7.5 horsepower, good mileage, 98cc 2-stroke engine, which was a 100cc bike. So they wanted to launch something new. So they made a new bike which has little smaller drum brakes in the front and back. Came with a single cylinder 98cc. As you guys know what bike I'm talking about. It's really obvious, but before revealing it, let me just tell you. So yeah, and it came with same torque induction system as the RD350. It had the Mikuni Japan carburetor till 89. It was made in Japan. After that, it was made in India. So this was a very popular model. It is the king of road in two-wheeler markets in India, and this was also called the pocket rod. I'll reveal the name, RX100. So this is how the bike looks. Everyone knows the bike, including a very small 3-year-old baby. He also knows this bike because everybody knows this bike. It is such a popular bike, so everybody will know this bike. Not even a single person, like if they have not seen the bike, ridden the bike, they will confirm, heard the name RX100 every time. So this is the bike. This is my personal bike. This is the color of my personal bike, and it is black with the striping. It's gold, and it came in 3 color options, which is peacock blue, metallic black, and cherry red. So these 3 were the color options, and it had all gold striping. So this bike was a hit at the time. Youngsters loved this bike. Still they do, better than any KTM or Royal Enfield. Yeah, they still do better. RX100 is like, icon. It's not an icon, it's a legend. So this is the story about the legend series bike RX100. So we'll be starting out with RX100. It has 11.2 horsepower, single cylinder, carbureted petrol engine, 2-stroke, which produces around 11.2 horsepower and 9 point some foot-pounds of torque. This was launched from 1985 to 1989. It was the Japan model. From 1989 to 1996 was the Indian model. So these bikes were launched, and these were very popular at that time. Very, they were like fans. This was everybody's dream bike at that time. Most people can't afford it because of its 20,000 price range. It's not 20,000, it's 1,000 less than 20,000. If you see, it's just a normal phone price today. But if you convert it, it comes at 1,80,000 change price. At that time, it's money. So this bike was worth 2 lakhs if you convert it into this time's money. So this bike was damn expensive, and think how 30,000 rupees RD350 was in this time's money. So then due to pollution norms, and in 96 they stopped this bike. They introduced a new 132cc bike which produces like 12 horsepower. So this bike was produced from 1996 to 1997. So this bike had all new engine, which is a single cylinder carbureted, read well, but they have Yamaha Energy Induction, YEIS, Yamaha Energy Induction System. So this was a new install rather than Yamaha Torque Induction System, which is YTIS, which is Yamaha Torque Induction System. So it was a change from YTIS to YEIS, which is a new reed valve design, which produces like, see, if you have both bikes, the 100 and the 135 in a race, 100 will have immediate pickup, but the 135 has little later pickup. That is because of the reed valve design. But the 135, it goes fast, but it takes some time to pick up the speed. But 100 reaches it immediately, since it's a simple reed valve design. Then that is a different reed valve design. So these all design come into matter. So then they launched the flop model, which is an RXG. So the stickering of, as you can see, this is the RXG. The stickering most people didn't like in this bike. Second was the silencer sound. It was not matching to the RX100's beat, which is an awesome beat. If you have this rock silencer, all the auto silencer, if you have a 6-hole silencer, which is Japan made, you can hear that beat and it will be like music to your ears. So I have a 6-hole silencer in the bike, which is a Japan model, I said. So it has a 6-hole silencer and it sounds beautiful. So it's a stock muffler. So this is the bike, and this is the engine view. So this was produced 1 year span. Then they installed the same bike, the same frame, changed the color, changed the silencer, and they made RX135. As you can see, this is the RX135. It came in maroon red and black. And then I think so there was other color options. I think so there was, yeah, there is one blue which is like, you know, darker than peacock blue. I don't know what exactly you call it, but here's the image of the blue. This is a bike with that blue tank. So as you can see, I don't know what blue you can call it, but it's a blue. So these color options came till 1999. So in 1998 there was a special edition which was called the Tiger edition, which I think so had a tachometer. I'm not sure if it had a tachometer, please comment down below. So it had the Libro style gauges, you know, the Libro style speedometer, and I think so it had a tachometer. So yeah, but anyway, after 1999 it became normal, and in 1998 also they had another bike which was called the RXZ 4Speed, and it also had almost the same color options, but rather than that it had some other color options which are very rare. Mostly you see is red, and I think so it had a blue color also. I'm not sure of the color options, but yeah, anything, I'm shooting this preview so you can get the color options here of the bike, and don't know what they're called. So after this, after 2000, both RXZ and RX 135 came in 5 speeds with the same engine. You know, the frame had changes in the Z and 135, so they both came with the same engines in the bikes. So they lasted till 2005, and that was, this is the 5 speed, as you can see. This is 135 5 speed, this is RXZ 5 speed, and this came also in the same color options but only in 5 speed stickering, and this bike came in a new blue. I think so the maroon was also available. So yeah, this is the engine view, and that's it for this video. This bike still 5 speed came to 2005. So that's it for this video. Please like, share, comment down below. So hope you like this video, and hope the guy who commented like this video. So please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below, and go check out my Facebook page. Yeah, it's your wish. Okay, bye bye.